Wow, are you guys actually separating in your house now too?
That was not the result of mistakes that were made by two presidents, Lyndon Johnson and Richard Nixon, no matter what else they might have done that was good.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
hello.
Not such a blot
Is that the TV? Do I hear something in the background? What is that?
The
That's
TV.
Rick.
No, it was the TV.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say, wow, what a voice.
Yeah. Well, he does have a good voice, but yeah. No, it's the ever-present television news.
Yeah. What are they saying? What are they saying these days?
Oh God, you don't want to know.
I know. I've been purposely not listening.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
You guys have a good workout? Do you have a good workout with Casper?
Yes, we did. We did. We did.
How have you kind of been? Like if you look at the autonomic ladder, you've got where you feel really organized and optimistic and safe, and then you've got the middle where you can feel anxious or frustrated or even angry, kind of mobilized, or even, and then lower down the ladder you can feel numb, dissociated, tired, fatigued, overwhelmed. Where have you been kind of hanging out?
A lot of the time in the middle.
In the middle? Yeah.
With a lot of anxiety. Yeah, but I try, it's there's an acceptance of not being able to do anything about it that I always have to remind myself to be in touch with.
Okay.
You know,
When you say not being able to do anything about what you're feeling, or what's going on?
what's going on.
What's going on around you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not able to. I mean, I'm stuck in the house.
Yeah.
I don't go. The only thing I do is I get out and I walk my dogs.
Okay.
But that's, other than that, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are feeling that same thing.
I haven't seen my grandchildren in 2 months.
Wow. Yeah. Brutal. That's the reality. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rick, how are you doing?
okay. I'm pretty much in the middle.
Yeah, in the middle.
Yeah, I think I get more angry than I get frustrated.
Okay.
Mainly at the stupidity of some of the things that are going on.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sweet. Okay.
This is my first time. I always say I'm going to do this, and today I'm like, I'm doing it.
Well, thank you for joining us. We're just kind of talking about kind of where we are on what I call the autonomic ladder, meaning, are you feeling kind of safe and connected, and life is an opportunity and optimism, and you feel organized? Or the middle of the ladder is that sympathetic mobilization, and that's where we can feel frustrated or anxious or angry. And then the lower part of the ladder, the more primitive survival response, is called the dorsal vagal. And in that place, it's easy to feel numb or dissociated or overwhelmed or maybe lonely, helpless. And so we were just sort of talking about where we have found ourselves this week. Some people have been falling asleep when we do this. That's not the goal, although you might yawn. That's okay. You might find, certain things changing in your physiology. But if you do start to fall asleep, please sit up, and just that changes your blood pressure, which will also change your physiology. and your alertness. So ideally, I want you to be relaxed and comfortable, but still alert and awake. So whatever that means for you, and you can let your eyes drift shut, or you can just soften your gaze, whatever's most comfortable for you. And you don't have to look at the screen. You can just get comfortable. Okay. So there's no benefit to watching. And what we'll do is we're going to kind of start today, and just, I want you to understand that most of what we experience in our moment to moment, which is our thoughts and our emotions, might be bodily sensations, or we might catch ourselves in a habit or some sense of behavior or a reaction to somebody or something. Most of what we're experiencing, we're already kind of catching. If we think of it like a river of experience, we're catching ourselves downriver. We're not actually at the source of what's creating those thoughts and those feelings and those behaviors. What I'd like you to do through this process of what we're going to do today is, let's just start right now, and we're going to realize we're already downriver, and we're going to trace back and connect with our physiology, the state of our nervous system, which is at the root of our thoughts and our feelings and our behaviors and our reactions. And then we're going to try to even help our state through giving it more and more cues of safety and less cues of danger, such that we can help shift our state into this place that's called the ventral vagal complex of our parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the whole intent. So let's just start right now. You're comfortable, and without any evaluation, without any judgment, just take a second to kind of go into your head where all those stories spin, and just get a sense of the flavor of those stories that you've been having today. Just, is there any particular thought or pattern of thought? And then kind of look at the flavor, the overall attitude or mood that you've been having. And then see if you can get a sense of your overarching emotion or feelings that you've been having, and see how they might relate to those stories and thoughts. You're just observing, you're not judging. And then notice any actions or behaviors or habits or patterns that you've been falling into, maybe things that you haven't been doing before when you're starting to redo. But just, you're looking at your thoughts, your stories, your emotions, your habits and behaviors and patterns. Just observing. And then just check in with how you're holding your body right now. So even if you're seated or lying down, just start kind of looking through your body. And in particular, let's start with the muscles in your face and head. And just notice if there's any tension, any discomfort, any just holding or clenching. The muscles on your forehead, the muscles around your eyes. Notice the position of your tongue in your mouth. Notice even the saliva in your mouth, if your mouth is dry or moist. Notice your jaw. Is it clenched? Is it relaxed? And then go into your throat and your neck and your shoulders. And then notice your hands and your fingers. They open, closed, clenched, relaxed. And go into your chest and your belly. And work around to your lower back and your middle back, shoulder blades. And you're just noticing if there's any tension or tightness, or if things are soft and relaxed. And start going down your legs, your knees, your ankles, and your feet, even your toes. So just sort of getting an overall sense of how you're holding your body, where there's any tightness or restrictions or clenching, and where there's softness and a relaxation. And just noticing any correlation between how your body is feeling and those thoughts and stories and those emotions and your habits and behaviors and patterns and your actions. And then let's notice your breath. How are you breathing right now? Is your mouth open or closed? Are you breathing into your chest and shoulder area, or are you breathing deeper, more toward your diaphragm and the lower parts of your lungs? Not changing right now, just really witnessing how you're breathing. Notice the pace of your breath, and the rhythm. See if you can also hear or feel the beat of your heart. And if you could fill in these two sentences with words, just decide kind of the state that you're in right now, how you would fill in the blank, I am blank right now. And then the second sentence would be, the world is blank. So just how would you fill in those two sentences with how you are starting this practice today, or where you were up to this point today? And see how that answer to those two questions, or those two sentences rather, how that relates to how your body is feeling, how your breath is happening, the emotions and the thoughts and the behaviors. Just see how they all interconnect. So regardless of how you've been breathing, what we're going to do now is we're going to deliberately shift your breath with a little bit of intention and some guidance and some attention. It's very normal that your mind will try to wander and those thoughts will pop into your head. And just use that as an opportunity when you catch yourself to come back to your breath and to look at that as actually practice in and of itself. Because each time you train yourself to come back to the breath, in this case, you're learning to have steadiness of mind, to have concentration. So it's actually a gift each time you catch yourself coming back, because you're learning and training your attention more and more each time. So let's start by just paying attention, putting your concentration on the sensations of the air coming in and out of your nose. And just see how long you can keep your attention on just the sensations of the air coming in and out of your nose. Just follow that air in and out. Notice the temperature. Notice maybe it's cooler on the in and warmer on the out. Notice the speed and notice the rhythm. Now follow the air in your nose, and with some imagination, just follow it into your lungs. And as you breathe in, just gently guide your lower rib cage out. So as you breathe in, the rib cage gently moves out. So follow the air in your nose and feel the rib cage gently moving out. Just to allow the air to come into your chest and into your lower parts of your lungs. And now we're going to follow the air back out. So as you breathe in, the ribs gently move out. And as you breathe out, the ribs gently move back in. So feel the rib cage gently moving back in as the air is moving back out your nose. We're just slowing it all down and paying attention. So now we'll bring the two together. As you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently moving back in. You're just guiding. There's a little bit of intention, but you're not forcing the rib cage to move. As you breathe in, the rib cage is gently moving out. And as you breathe out, the rib cage is gently moving back in. Now let's bring in a third component. So we're still feeling the nose, we're still feeling the rib cage, and now let's feel the diaphragm moving as well. So as we breathe in, the rib cage is gently moving out, and the diaphragm is gently moving down. So as you breathe in, the rib cage is gently moving out, and the diaphragm is gently moving down. Just focus on that for a couple of breaths. Gently help guide the diaphragm down. Gently help guide the rib cage out. And now as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently moving back in and the diaphragm gently coming back up. So as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently coming back in and the diaphragm gently moving back up. Now let's bring it all together. So as you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out and the diaphragm gently moving down. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently coming back in and the diaphragm gently coming back up. And just gently guide in and out. Slowing down the breath. breathing deep into the lungs, but not over breathing. It doesn't mean taking a big breath. It means taking a slow and intentional and deep breath into the lower parts of the lungs. You're feeling the air coming in and out of the nose, feeling the rib cage moving and the diaphragm dropping. Just follow the breath. And as you're now following the breath, just notice the muscles around your eyes. And on your next exhale, just soften the muscles around your eyes. And then notice your tongue and rest it along the roof of your mouth, but really let it spread and relax along the roof of your mouth. Lips are together, but soft. Jaw is relaxed and loose. Let the shoulders drop and open. Let your hands, just let the hands go. Relax the fingers. Feel your feet on the earth or on the floor. And let your toes widen and relax. Now just count to yourself what your inhale is. So it could be 1, 2, 3. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever it is to you, whatever your inhale is, then make your exhale 1.5 times as long. So if your inhale is 3, let's make your exhale 5. If your inhale is 2, let's make your exhale 3. If your inhale is 4, make your exhale 6. Whatever your inhale was, just make your exhale 1.5 times as long. So you're deliberately slowing down the exhale. You're not holding your breath. You're just slowing it down. And as you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently moving back in. You can help guide the inhale by guiding the rib cage out. And then completely relax and just allow the exhale to passively flow back out. So intend to fully relax on the exhale, just letting it all go. And as you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out and the diaphragm gently moving down. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently coming in and the diaphragm gently coming back up. And if thoughts and stories arise, just come right back to following your breath. Letting the tongue spread along the roof of your mouth. Letting your eyes soften. Soften your belly so there's space for that diaphragm to move. Just let your belly get soft so the diaphragm can move down into it. So as you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out. And as you breathe out, feel the rib cage gently moving back in. Whatever pace you're going at right now, slow down the inhale even more, just a little bit. Not so much that you feel any tension or any fluttering of your diaphragm or any agitation in your mind, but just slow it down even more. Start feeling as though you are slowing it down. It's so light and so slow that you don't even feel the hairs inside your nose moving. So we're purposefully making our breath light and slow, but it's still coming deep into the lower parts of our lungs. So it's not a fast, shallow breath. It's a long, slow, light, and easy breath. Slowing it down on the in, and then completely relaxing and just letting the exhale out. Tongue is along the roof of your mouth. You might notice more saliva. You might notice your hands warming. You might be yawning. Those are all things showing that your body is relaxing and that you're moving into that ventral vagal state of your parasympathetic nervous system. And if your mind has wandered, just come back to that slow and easy and light breathing. What we're going to do next is we're going to do a couple of very short breath holds. So we're going to sync up our breathing together. So just follow my cueing. We're going to do a 4-second in, a 4-second out with a 4-second hold. So here we go. It'll be in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Keep going with that pattern. Keep following that to yourself while you soften the muscles around your eyes, while you feel the rib cage gently moving out as you breathe in and gently moving back in as you breathe out. Just a few more. And then just return to your normal breathing. And let's take a moment to check back in with how your body's feeling. So we'll do a body scan together. So start with your forehead, the muscles around your eyes, and your cheeks, and your mouth and your tongue, your throat, your chest, your shoulders. Move into your belly, and then go down your arms to elbows, forearms. Feel your palms of your hands, the backs of your hands, and your fingers, the space between your fingers. Whatever sensations you have, tightness, clinging, clenching, or softness. And then move into your hips, and the tops of your legs, the backs of your legs, your knees, your calves, and your shins, and your ankles, and your feet, and your toes. You're just observing, seeing what you feel, what's different than when we started. Noticing the temperature of your hands, noticing the moisture in your mouth, and any tension, particularly in your face and head. Now we're going to do a little bit of what's called the coherence breathing, and it's basically 6 breaths a minute, and it's going to be 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. And the reason we're doing that is because that's the pattern that shows the most ventral vagal activation, most calming, relaxing. It's ideal for heart rate variability and respiratory sinus arrhythmia. So just follow along. I'm going to turn up the bells so you'll hear the bells going. I'll help guide you. And then I'll also cue you into different places to put your attention as we're breathing. So get ready. We're going to do an inhale together. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In, so just follow that pattern. Out. Feel the rib cage gently moving out. And feel the rib cage gently moving back in on the in. As you breathe in, the rib cage is gently moving out. And as you breathe out, the rib cage is gently moving back in. 2, 3, 4, and 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Mouth is closed. Catch yourself thinking, just come back to the sensations of your breathing. In, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just follow the breath. Ribcage gently moving back in as you let the breath out. Helping a little bit on the inhale. Just relaxing completely on the exhale. Shoulders widen and drop. Just feel the air coming in and out of your body. Gently guiding. You're not making it happen, just guiding with intention. Ribcage gently moving out as you breathe in. Ribcage gently coming back in as you breathe out. Softening the muscles around your eyes and forehead. Letting your tongue spread along the roof of your mouth. Letting go of anything in your hands and fingers. Softening that belly. Soften so the diaphragm can move. Do 3 more. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1 more full breath in and out. Last exhale. And then just return to your normal breathing. And again, as we started, just check in with the pace of what's normal now for you in your breath. Check in with the depth of your breathing, what's moving. Check in with your thoughts, your attitude, your mood. Just witnessing. And as you breathe in, feel the rib cage gently moving out. And then complete relaxation as you let the breath back out. And as you breathe in, feel the diaphragm dropping down. And as you breathe out, just relax and allow the diaphragm to come back up. See if you can slow down the breathing even just a little bit more. Still breathing deep into the lungs, still breathing easily, not forcing it, but just now intentionally slowing it again just a little bit. Just a little bit on the in and a little bit on the out. See if you can get your breath even quieter and easier with less effort. Just as little intention as possible. Just simply observe your body breathing right now. See how little effort it actually takes to breathe slowly and quietly and easily. Just notice any sounds around you. Don't follow any one particular sound, just sort of globally. Listen. Notice the temperature of your skin, the temperature of your hands, the sensations of your clothing on your skin. Notice any smells that you have in the air. See what you can recognize. Just expand your awareness while still anchoring in your breath. So you're smelling, you're hearing, you're feeling, while you're still keeping an awareness grounded in the sensations of your own breathing, of your rib cage moving, your diaphragm dropping, the air coming in and out of your nose, while you're able to also hear and feel and smell. While anchored in your body. Notice any stories or thoughts that keep popping in and out. And just don't follow. Instead, come back into the senses and into your body, into the feelings of your body, and into the sensations of your breathing. Just notice that you can be present, grounded in your breath, grounded in your body, grounded in the moment, while also being aware of different sounds and smells and touches and thoughts. But you're grounded in your own body, and in particular, your own awareness and your own calm breath, easy heart beating, body going on being, while all this other stuff is going on all around you. Notice how you're breathing again. Just count the pace of your inhales and exhales. Without changing, just see how it is now. How's your body breathing? What's moving as you're breathing? See if you can connect with what really feels good about just breathing easy. See if you can feel what is enjoyable about relaxed and easy breathing. Notice that your mouth is closed. Tongue is relaxed along the roof of your mouth. And just keep paying attention to how nice it feels to just breathe lightly and quietly. Just really take that in. Just slowing it all down and just feeling the breath coming in and out of your body. Just watching it, witnessing it. And if it feels natural, allow yourself to smile with just that simple pleasure, that simple fact of breathing, of being in your body, anchored in this moment. No matter what's going on around, no matter what you have to do later today or tomorrow, or what happened earlier today, just take a moment to connect with the fact that right now you're okay. You're all right. Your body's breathing, your heart's beating. We're all here together. There's other people who are in the same situation. So just let your nervous system really feel this moment of feeling safe, connected with others, and basically all right enough. Allow yourself to settle into just that simple felt sense of breathing, hearing, feeling, and thinking. Just being alive and being present. Just feel that. Take that in. Allow your body to really absorb the safety in this moment. Notice what other cues around you, whether it's a pleasant sound, whether it's knowing that outside there's trees and there's birds. Maybe there's someone you care about in your house. Whatever it is for you, just start bringing up the images of different people and things and places around you that feed your nervous system, that provide more and more cues of safety and connection. Just let those images flicker through your mind. And then start feeling in your body what those images really mean to you. Could be a pet, could be your partner, could be a friend, could be the oak tree or the rose. Whatever people or places or things that really reassure you and your body, to stay with those right now, just for a few more breaths, and really feel in your body what they mean to you. Allow yourself to smile. Allow your posture to open. And just soften to all of that, because those are facts. Go ahead and begin to let your eyes open if they were closed, and start to take in your environment visually around you, while still staying anchored in how your body's breathing. Just feel the rib cage moving, or the diaphragm moving, or the sensations in and out of your nose. So in the background, you have this sense of your breathing. It's ongoing. as you start to now look around, maybe you sit up if you were lying, and just start to do while being grounded in your presence, in your body, and in your breathing, anchored in that ventral vagal place of safety and connection, of being okay, all right here, right now, without getting complicated. And so at any moment, it doesn't need to be in a half hour or 45 minutes, but the more that we practice just sort of grounding ourselves in our breath and in our bodies, and trying to trace back down to what the state of our nervous system is, the more we can do and navigate while having that real essence of being, of having clarity and organization, and knowing that when we're frantic or anxious or angry or wanting to give up, overwhelmed, lonely, helpless, just realize that we're just telling ourselves, our brain is making up a story to make sense of our physiology. And so it's really in those moments, most of us today, when we checked in, we're feeling mobilized in some sense of anxiety, anger, even, I heard. Those are just reflections of our physiological state being one of sympathetic, in defense, ready to fight or flight, or being ready to check out, to be numb, dissociate. So we're coming into a realization of our thoughts or our behaviors or an emotion, but that's downstream. We want to move upstream and go, oh, well, that's because I'm in this physiological state. Oh, well, what cues might my nervous system have picked up on? Maybe it was the sound of the chainsaw outside, like what was going on for me during this. And that's a cue of danger. It's a low frequency noise, and it's like, or maybe it's the footsteps over above. So all kinds of those little subtle cues can trigger our nervous system to be more in a state of defense, of protection, versus a state of connection. So especially during these times, it becomes more and more important and more vital that we become skilled at helping look down the river or look up to the source of the river to see what our physiological state is, and then to go even farther and go, well, what cues of safety, what cues of connection, what cues of satisfaction can I help feed in order to shift my physiology back up the ladder, back up to that ventral vagal place where I actually will feel more positive, where I will have a story of optimism and opportunity, and realize that most of the thoughts and the feelings are downstream. They're coming from a state that I can help shift for myself. So that was the hope of breathing. Is just one tool. You don't have to breathe for 45 minutes like that. You could do it for 5, you could do it for 1. But there's all kinds of other tools. Even for you, Peggy, and exercise is a tool. So hopefully that was all good. Hopefully you guys stayed awake. I unmuted everyone. So Rick, did you stay awake, buddy?
Part of the time.
Uh-huh. I know my sleepers.
No, you know what, Michael? I think it's the frequency and meter of your voice.
Oh my goodness. That's it. I don't know. I'm gonna go high pitched.
No. Thank you.
Hey, thank
Thanks a lot,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Thank
doing
you.
that. We'll see you guys next week, and I'll make some little snippets in between.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Michael.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Holly.